Bro, are you planning on marrying this girl next week? No? Then why are you worried? Story time. Be me. A few very failed relationships. Coming to accept forever alone. Build relationships with family and small number of very good friends. Buy a motorcycle, boat, dirt bike, have fun and go camping a lot. No debate life.jpg but lonely a bit. Geologist buddy asks me to go with him on a volunteer church trip to Brazil to drill wells in poor areas. Not a church fag but go. 2 weeks of hard work, bring fresh water to poor communities. My translator is in India, a native. She's very pretty and exotic. Her home has no electricity or running water. She has never met Americans before. Get to talking after hours. Go hiking, catch fish in the river, talk a lot. Fall in love in just 2 weeks. Insane chemistry. Mind-blowing, loving sex the last night. Ask if I can come back to see her in a few months. She walks 8 miles to call me every 2 weeks. 6 months to the day I arrive again, ring in my pocket. I am not that guy.jpg. She says yes. Married the next week. Takes 2 years to get her to the US. That was 20 years and 3 kids ago. You don't know what life has for you, It's an adventure, meant to be lived. I didn't have to house train my wife but I did have to teach her how to navigate Western civilization. My advice is to enjoy the ride. I don't know if trauma is the correct term here but I'll try to explain. Be me. Formerly 120 kilograms fat fuck. Parents were alcoholics. Remember nights where they would scream at each other about how they don't love each other. Remember when my father told me how I was a worthless loser who did nothing all day. Remember when mother kicked me out of the house at 15 because she becomes really vile when she's drunk. Grew up as a big pussy, was walked over entirely in school by everyone. Subjected to endless ridicule and fat jokes and I was too much of a faggot to do anything about it. Ugly, mostly because I was fat. 1 or 2 girls acted like they liked me for a joke, I didn't find it very funny. Was betrayed by a friend I considered a brother over a fucking roastie with a double-digit body count. Fought said friend, and, kinda, lost. Never really ever had a win in my life now that I think about it. Never been good at anything really. The remaining friend I had started to show their true colors and I decided I've have enough with people entirely. I'm so done with people, I'm so tired. Sometimes wish I would go to sleep and never wake up. Sounds sadder than it really was, but you get the memo. Be me. Almost 30. Disabled, uncurable. Probably autistic, straight up retarded. Elementary school. Ex-meth addict, 1 year clean. Neat. No friends, cut contact with almost everyone. Depressed to the point where I contacted Dignitas. Gets ignored. No routine, just buying food and rotting in the room. Family and relatives ignore me mostly. Spends most of the time regretting my life, my choices. Most of people I got to know hated me for some reason, acted like they liked me out of politeness and I never figured why. Pharmacology-resistant. Therapy doesn't work. Last summer I was thriving and being happy walking outside and doing random shit. But now I just rot and I don't know what to do. Any advice? Be me, 33. Fit, do what I need to do for my life. Have had various family issues. Defend one person's or persons then they turn against you and it turns into a cycle of shit. All have tendencies to be greedy and are abusive. Sister abandoned years ago because she couldn't handle mom and is also greedy and selfish. Witnessed various rampages through the house where shit gets broken or screaming, demanding for money. Tried to move out with GF few years ago, get calls from mother crying to come home even though she is abusive and selfish saying things like who will look after me after. Eventually lost my GF partly because I wanted to buy a house with her but my GF would not accept my loon mother and that she would go back to Europe. My mother could be compared to Tony's mother in The Sopranos, same deal. She doesn't give me a second of peace and will sit outside my room making abusive comments. Lately been getting some bad anxiety with work and study along with this bullshit, on top. Talked to doctor about getting her help but he said it sounds behavioral, as in it's a choice not an illness. My psych tells me to just leave but I have too much shame and guilt especially when the rest of the family has rejected her. I just don't want to deal with abuse. If it was any other family members they'd be pinned against wall with my fist lining their head up for a swift crack. After years of this bullshit, today I lost my shit with the abusive comments and told her if she does it one more time I'll get my shit and leave. She tried to pretend she didn't know what I was talking about. I made it clear about 4 times and even broke it down so she understood. She now looks depressed and sad which fucks with me mentally but otherwise she on a rampage hollering abuse. WTF? How is this life? I just don't know. Surely this shit is going to rub off onto me eventually. Hey. Anyone dealt with this? She just can't not abuse me. Don't worry about it, bro, she's just a sore loser. Be me. Go to a country bar for a game of pool. Sign says no minors at the pool table. 12-year-old kid playing at the table. Put my quarter down. When it's my turn, put money in and rack the balls. Kid comes back with his dad saying I took his kid's quarter. Gave him the benefit of the doubt and didn't want to start trouble, so I let the kid play and put another quarter down. My turn, same shit, kid comes back with pops saying I took his quarter. Told him I'm not backing down and that his kid is trying to cause trouble. I get bounced out of the bar. Pool tables and bars are nothing but trouble. This wasn't the first time, either. I made the mistake of going for a game of pool just outside an Indian reservation and encountered other bullshit. I guess some locals just think that they own the table and don't want an outsider coming in and running it all night. I only play pool now in pool halls where you pay for your own table. Be me. Missed the deadline for submitting full bachelor paper for graduating. Spent an entire night writing the last chapter. 0 sleep. 9 a.m., mother wakes and starts talking about carrying out the heavy cupboard out of the room downstairs. Doesn't take no for an answer, so I go help her while tired as fuck and falling asleep standing. She starts going crazy, not allowing me to even grab it properly before starting to scream I'm doing it all wrong. It doesn't stop. Tell her I'm not doing it because she's batshit insane. Sets her off, she goes full schizo and keeps screaming and crying. Consider calling police or even an ambulance. She trashes the cupboard around while crying. Eventually be forced to try and carry it with her, somehow succeed. It's been 15 minutes and I still can't calm down. This morning was particularly bad. And the paper is still not finished. I think I'm fucked. Be me. Mentally fucked since I was 12. Tried to get help from family at the time. They still joke about it. Need to get mental help for ADHD because I can't focus at school. Can't get help while at home so I will wait till I go to UNI. Can't go to UNI unless I get good grades. Can't get good grades unless I study. Can't study unless I get help with ADHD. Can't get help with ADHD until I go to UNI. Any help would be appreciated. Pick is unrelated. Be me. Get picked on by local delinquents and beaten up recently. Don't think much about it and ignore it. They see me in town again. They choose to pick on me and humiliate me and don't let me leave. The town is small and I am bound to run into them again. There are 7 of them. The leader is a bit stronger than me. I am not weak but not strong either. Can't report them as the town don't like snitches. Can't beat them up too as I have no one else who would fight them with me. Don't wanna use weapons against them as it might kill them or I might end up in jail. Gang up with your friends and fight them. Be me 20. No PC but use my phone all day scrolling. Force myself, watch bullshit, force myself, doing bullshit, force myself, because I'm lonely. No money to do hobbies. No motivation to work out, no money for gym but exercising is free like push-ups. Just have my room and my phone. Getting malnourished because parents are poor and eating rice every day. Can't get hired for job. Only positive is I'm in trade school and in about a year I'll be able to get hired and get money to fix my life. But that's a whole year. How do I change my life until then? And no, I can't go outside and talk to people because I need a car to go anywhere. No car.